Manifestation. You've probably heard the word before. When you grew up in your science textbooks, perhaps unbeknownst to you, the worldview or the lens by which that book, science, etc., was rendered to us was through the conceptualization of materialism, rationalism, objectivism, epiphenomenal, reductionist. They cut everything up and then view it from that perspective, which, as you probably know, is how we conduct science, which is fantastic. Up until here recently, to where new groundbreaking studies have revealed the unbeknownst nature of atoms and how they function, which seems to throw a wrench into the machine of materialism, objectivism, Newtonian physics, etc. Reductionism, epiphenomenal. Hope those words help you. So anyways, there's like spiritual people, and they talk about things like manifestation, abundance, the law of attraction.
And here's the part of the show where I talk about things that I like. VidAngel is guilty of being the best darn filtering service available. Now, with Peacock, you just set it up through your streaming services, through your streaming, and just VidAngel. It's great. It's good. Yay. It's fantastic. I'm happy about it. I totally get it. Totally understand. 100% makes sense. Yes, VidAngel.
And so it goes something like this. Your attunement, your vibration, your state of being is a prayer unto infinite knowledge on how to orient yourself and the world around you in such a way that you take on the responsibility and burden and the difficulty of existence itself, and you place it upon yourself, which is crazy. It's an understanding that does not come by naturally. It's something that had to unfold itself in order for us to conceptually understand it. That, no, I'm not here to manifest my perfect reality. I'm here to hate sin, and I'm not talking about beer pong. Do you understand? I'm not talking about beer pong. I'm not talking about whatever. I'm talking about 8 totalitarian people dying and being murdered, the world, slave-induced labor, molesting 4-year-olds, not beer pong. That you go into the world, get your hands dirty in faith that Jesus is your mediator to the Father, and that you will be washed clean, and that your intent will be understood, and that any type of rulesy McRules stipulation, don't do it. I think everybody knows where I'm at on that. I think I made myself pretty clear. This is war. This is war. In that we sacrifice our well-being and that which is most desirable in prayer and manifestation with reality in order to transform the world into a better place by sacrificing our most pristine divine manifestations in exchange for the prayer that we should take on the curse of existence ourselves in order to transform the world away from that which was into what that could be. Many have stepped away from the faith because they just couldn't handle the calcified, tyrannical, rule-oriented rendering that aspect of it. That the reality of AD, that the reality of the blessing that this is, has not been shown or seen because of people. No beer pong! You know why? Because you'll get addicted and then Satan will have you. No beer pong! You boys better not be holding hands! She's a witch! Burn her! Hope this helps. Hope this does something for you. I don't know what's best, but I want it. There's these things like parts to a car that are like big things like happening. Like the institution of human marriage. Like that's how the car, that's how procreation works, and like treat others how you would like to be treated. These big, heavy ideas. Don't sacrifice babies to Baal. Stuff like that. Being as though the proper way to conceptualize existence is that of a sacrifice, that we constantly engage in this process, sacrifice of time, money, etc. And the spiritual aspect of attunement, law of attraction, manifestation, etc., funneled through the Christian narrative, equates to the individual's ability to sacrifice for a higher purpose. That's the proper rendering or understanding way to orient yourself within the law of attraction or manifestation, which is a fundamentally Christian presupposition rendering of reality, which you can imagine why I get so frustrated by some of the conversations that people have. It's just like, wow, there's that, and now I have to have these stupid conversations about something that I would forgive my son for, that I would expect the father to forgive the son. You ask your dad for something, what's he gonna do? Give you a snake? Stupid conversations. Unnecessary. Macbeth possessed by his wife. I digress. One of my YouTube videos from 2 years ago just hit 10 views. Can't wait for the other ones to catch up. It's pretty exciting stuff. I hope this does something for somebody. The tendency for religious institutions and people is to often see themselves in juxtaposition to such ideas, unknowingly aligning themselves with a materialist, reductionist, etc. worldview, having no idea that their religious substrate is beholden or in conjunction with the fundamental ideas posed to them through the Newtonian, whatever, everyday common sense, shared vision, shared understanding of nature and existence in a material sense, i.e., absence of consciousness. completely forgetting and neglecting the historical humanity in that the biblical narrative corpuses, whatever the correct word is, Abraham in the desert, the small desert for 40 years. Tiny desert, sure took him a bit. I guess they were going in circles. I digress that religion is the organization of spiritual practices and encounters, that it is the hierarchical structure arranged from the premises of psychological, spiritual encounters with that which is beyond. A refined process and organized principles of values and understandings. Now, depending on who you ask, believing such to have been inspired from above and given, the mountain, Moses, etc., Abraham, monotheism, yada yada. Those who engage in spiritual practices outside of such organizing principles, such as the book which is derivative of every book that came to be, the book, Gutenberg Print and Press, etc. The book of books. My point is this: those who speak on behalf of the spiritual nature of reality without quoting the book, those who do that, oh gosh, I myself believe in the notions unorganized religiously, ideas posing such notions as manifestation, law of attraction, etc. Because the juxtaposition to that, the opposite of that, is not religion, it's scientific, science is great. Reductionism, objectivism, rationalism, epiphenomenal consciousness, chop, small reductionism, billiard balls, Newton, cold, dead, stupid, dumb material. So next time a hippie starts talking about woo, you better make sure that you're not a materialist, sure that you're not an epiphenomenalist. Everything is religious. So this is what I think the spiritualists get wrong. I'll be right back. Now, what is this? This right here is the corresponding point by which this substance, these words, the isness of this separates us from reality that is materially, quite literally, in this space and time, hell on earth. So this is the prevention of totalitarian, authoritarian, fascist regimes on this planet. So what this does, Jesus, AD 2,000 years ago, is the point by which in this right here, it's in like a whole bunch of people's homes, is a substance in the material reality that is quite literally the prevention. You can look at it with your eyes and see it. And that thing is the thing that prevents hell. So next time a fundamentalist asks you, whatever, did Jonah eat, did the whale eat Jonah? It's like, oh, man, I don't care. I don't care. I hope he did. I hope the whale did eat Jonah. I hope he did walk around for 40, whatever. So what I'm interested in is big picture. It's like one of those pictures that you look at made of really small, tiny dots. And when you're up close looking at it like this, looking at it like that, especially in the negative sense, especially being like, I can't do this. Being as the Jesus thing, right? It is like a picture that you look at, and when you're up close and you're looking at it, and you're, Calvinism, Arminianism, all these words that I don't care, like, big picture. And people, because they know everybody's arguing about the dots, they just don't even talk about it, because yay God, all right, he's in our club, he's in, he said yay God. It's not what I want to do. It's not what I do. Like, no judgment, but that's just too deep now. So anyways, for me, it's like a picture. You got to step away from it a bit, or else you're gonna miss it. So anyway, spiritual people, it's just like, all right, so you're enlightened, but if that was in a fascist regime, it'd be kind of hard to do. I don't know. So, infiltration of the Roman system, it's a lot. It's a lot to try to figure out. The Jews, the Roman Catholic Church, the Romans, what? Yeah, get to thinking here. So this is what I know. This is what I have to offer. Stop manifesting your hopes and dreams and aspirations, because it might just work. And that's the point. Because there's probably something to it. Because this is what I know. The emulation of the primary character is that of someone who takes on the cross willingly and then offers emulation to people as a means by which to connect with higher meaning. So it's just like, if you get, like, let's assume manifestation works. Okay, then you get what you want. But it's like, you're stupid, you don't know what you want. So there's this idea of the Father in heaven, and the Son, who asks the Father. And there's a few different things to that. On a biological level, this is what we know. A father transitions from preservation of self to his son. So, someone who is, I have no problem saying this, but it's just like, also at the same time, get your other ducks in a row, right? Two things can be true at once. Someone who's not a father, someone who's just a son, biologically speaking, has not secured the premise. Neither is every father either, in this sense. But a father is someone who is living in such a way as so that his son and future generations, biologically speaking, may prosper. So a father, although more capable of falling in totalitarian, authoritarian patterns, is one who psychologically is that which loves and cares for that which is next. God, the Father in heaven. Jesus, the Son, mediation between. There's a psychological tendency for the archetypal father to fall into authoritarian, conservative, rigid, calcified dictator-ness. The Son liberates, sets free, etc. The Father is both, in the same way that Mother Nature is that which produces life and just wipes everyone out with a hurricane. So, assuming that the world is not cold, dead, stupid, dumb material, atoms just all over the place, just stupidly and unconsciously. It's upsetting. It's upsetting because it's just like, you can act like you love me, but if it's just like, if you're saying that I'm nothing but a bunch of atoms bumping around, just like, I don't know, you're kind of calling me something else. I heard something today. It's just like, there's it's just like water boiling. It's just like, what's going on? Like, what is that? It's like atoms like moving around and everything like that. It's like, that's true. But it's also a guy making a cup of tea. That's also true. So it's just like, yeah, it's atoms doing those things. But it's a guy consciously deciding to make tea. So anyways, yeah, quit manifesting your hopes and dreams and aspirations as if that's what matters most, right? You gotta be willing to sit there and watch everything you could ever possibly want, the most fantastic reality ever, and see it played out in front of you, and be willing to sacrifice it. You have to be willing to give up everything that you could hope and dream, and be willing to sacrifice it for some greater good. Now, if you're just at home, whatever, doing your thing, manifesting all these fantastic things. And The Chosen, that's right, The Chosen. Them too. Interactive live streams. Interactive live streams. Amazing, great show. Jesus. Beverly Holloway casting. Want to get casted for things and watch and learn interactive live streams there too? Yeah, well, her too. Woo!